Hello, and welcome to my childhood bully. I'm Zach.
I'm Brandon.
I'm Malik.
And this is a game developed by Rockstar Games.
Rockstar Vancouver, to be specific.
Yep. As it says there, the same people behind,
Max Payne 3.
Yes. Here we have Bully with our protagonist, Jimmy Hopkins. Or technically James, but they call him Jimmy. I don't know where Jimmy comes from in James, but whatever. Anyway, there's his bitch, and then there's the asshole. That's basically what I call his parents, because that's all their character is. Not to diss this game's writing, but I do like this game a lot. I'm like such filled with emotion right now, because ever since I discovered Let's Playing, this is the game that immediately came to mind. I was like, this is the game I have to LP.
And you do plan to do a more in-depth LP eventually, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. And as we can see, sorry, can I just say this quick? Now that I see original score by Sean Lee, I'm just gonna get this out of the way now. I don't know if this is true anymore, but my Sean Lee, man, this is for the longest time. This was my favorite video game soundtrack. I know that's weird when people are just like, "Oh, what are some of your favorites?" Sonic 3 and Knuckles, some of the Legend of Zelda games.
One Winged Angel from Final Fantasy VII. A lot of people like.
Oh yeah.
Or just the Final Fantasy music in general. But this game's music, my god, this
so much variety, so much detail, even just put into the soundtrack that adds a personality to the game that kind of just adds onto a game that already had a lot of personality.
Exactly, and I know you might not expect this game to have a good soundtrack because it's open world, and generally you would expect radios playing pop music, but no, here it's original composition, and Sean Lee, man, again, so fucking good. I don't know if I would still call this my favorite, but it's still at least in the top 3.
So yeah, as you can tell, audience, Zach is gonna have an orgasm throughout this whole thing.
Oh, my dick. We'll be seeing that guy later. The guy with the scar over his face. Or, well, over his right eye.
Who is that kid on the right? Is that just a random student?
I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be one of the students from the game, but
yeah,
even though I love this game to death, I don't remember all of the characters' names.
And that's one thing that's all really interesting about the game, that almost every character in the School of Bullworth that it takes place in is individualized.
No, every character is individualized. Even the townspeople are individualized.
When the game has a side mission that has you taking yearbook photos, that's when you truly begin to understand just how much detail is put into all the characters in this game.
Oh yeah, and I was looking, one day in high school, I was looking characters from Bully up on Wikipedia, and there's a lot of things about these characters I never noticed, because what you could do is they'll just have random conversations with people, or they'll just randomly say things to themselves that tell you not just about their personality, but their backstory as well. I first heard about this game thanks to an issue of Game Informer where this was the main topic. I reread the information for Bully at least 7 times.
What about this concept just sort of attracted you to this game?
I was in high school at the time, I believe. Or was it middle? I don't think it was old enough for it to be middle school. I think I was at least a freshman at the time.
I know you were like at least around high school, like around that time, I think.
And you could probably already guess this, but I absolutely hated school. And then I was reading about Bully and found out it's a game that takes place in the school. And basically what the school is, it's just bad. It's a bad school filled with really stupid people or really hateful people. The teachers are assholes.
All of the different students are segregated into their own different corners, which is the same with most high schools, but here especially, each class, from the greasers to the jocks to the nerds, are all segregated into their very stereotypical 80s groups.
Yeah, as you can see here, this guy in the white shirt is a bully. He's currently picking on this girl. I could save her, but they seem to have handled it.
Oh yeah, was that girl dark, by the way?
Yep.
Yeah,
there's as Brandon mentioned, there's he's trying to pick on me. Fuck him. Don't worry. I'm just going to see the principal. It's okay. Yeah, those guys are absolutely no threat to me at all.
Are those jocks or are those just like...
No, kids in the white shirts are bullies.
Yeah, they're bullies.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like how that's just a clique. They're just bullies. It's not like P Stain here, who's a nerd. By the way, yeah, his pants are unzipped.
I didn't know that there was people that were just bullies. I thought those just came from the different groups.
No, well, technically 3 of them could be classified as bullies, but no, the kids in the white shirts are the bully clique. There's also the kids in the sweater vests, who are the preps. They're basically the rich kids. They're, as you would expect in a game like this, they're snobs. There are the nerds who dressed on nerdy, like with glasses.
And talk like wheezy voices.
Yeah, talk just like that.
Yeah.
I mean, and throughout the course of this game, Jimmy sees like all sides of these different classes. He not only just sees, gets in sort of their groups as he progresses throughout the game, but he gets to see where they hang out, where they live. This game isn't just the school; it's the town, it's the culture of Bullworth.
Which is another, like Brandon said earlier, this game is just oozing with so much personality. You can see it in the writing, you can see it in the fact that characters are individualized, yes, but that also makes it very uncanny when 1 second you're on one end of the school, seeing him go one way, and then after you approach the other end of the school, there you see the exact same kids like, whoa, teleportation powers.
And there's also sometimes with glitches.
Oh yeah,
bugs,
I think I've once seen like the same student in the same place.
Yeah, I've seen that too a few times. And heck, I even see one time there was like 2 little girls and they were holding hands and they were the same girl. I think that happened once, but it's really rare for something like that to happen in this game.
Come play with us.
Certainly, Headmaster. Come along, boy. I haven't got all day.
You have no idea how hard it is for me to hold back reciting these. But I don't like...
Yeah, these are actually pretty quotable, like...
They are.
Don't let me hit you with my ring hand.
Oh, but don't worry, audience. The information will come, and when it starts coming, it'll never end.
So here I am at probably the worst school in the country, whose alumni are nothing but arms dealers, serial killers, and corporate lawyers.
Since Jimmy's talking right now, I should probably try to describe our main character. The game is called Bully, but technically Jimmy himself is not a bully unless you, the player, are purposefully antagonizing people. I'll show you how to do that because I know that's what people want to see the most. But yes, even though this game is called Bully, you are actually not really supposed to be one of the bullies. You're supposed to be the kid fighting back against... Oh, sorry, I'm going to show this off.
Which, because of that fact, is exactly what Jack Thompson and a lot of parents groups were complaining about when they just heard about the concept of this game. They thought it literally was about you hitting people with slingshots and shit, and it started this big uprising on the news. I mean, and of course, as usual at those situations, they were like, so did you people actually look at any information of the game? No, but we heard about it. It sounds really bad.
No, like...
Didn't actually people seriously think this was like GTA, just a kid edition?
That's
exactly what they thought it was, yeah.
That was the problem. I read about that in the Game Informer magazine. Parents and people were expecting this to be GTA in a school where you just grab a gun and start shooting people. No. There is not blood, there is no death. There are weapons like baseball bats, but it's not like you, I don't know, break bones.
Yeah, it's not realistic where you could break bones or make people, like, bleed to death.
Give them concussions.
Yeah, it's not that, like,
you can't
bad,
spawn in a rocket launcher.
Yeah.
You don't take people out of cars.
And how you can't even, like, drive in a car, so...
Yeah.
So you can't, like, run people over.
Well, technically you can.
Well, I mean, I guess you can, but it's with something else, like...
I mean, yeah, here you're seeing the combat system, and it's a modified version of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas combat system, which is, I guess this and the fact that it's a sandbox game are pretty much the only things you can compare between Grand Theft Auto and Bully. I actually much prefer Bully over Grand Theft Auto, but that's just my opinion. And there you see humiliation. Whenever their health is in the red zone, hold down L, and that goes into targeting. That's used for both locking on and social interactions. I'll be showing some more social interactions later on, but for right now, the only thing I'll talk about is if you see a red fist over an opponent who has low health, it allows you to humiliate them in, cartoony, bullyish ways. Like there, I think I gave him the dead arm, if I remember correctly. There's also, of course, the wedgie.
Isn't there also like Indian burn? I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, there's Indian burning as well.
Yeah.
That's the thing about this game. It is not supposed to be realistic at all. It's obviously just playing off of school cliches from movies and TV shows. And I don't want to say it takes those cliches and gives them some more realistic edge, but it sort of gives it a, I don't want to say a darker side either. I guess you could say it matures it a bit more. And here we have Gary Smith, I believe his name is. He's on medication.
And he's probably one of the most interesting characters in this game. Would you say that, or?
Yeah, he is. As you can see, my... Dude!
Whoa!
Sorry, hang on a sec. But as you can see there, you have a meter next to your health bar. Oh shit, sorry dude. You have a exclamation point meter next to your mini-map. That's basically just your heat gauge. Doing different things gets you in trouble for... gets you in different amounts of trouble. Violence only gets 1 bar full. But if you want to get to the red zone, 3 bars full, hit a little kid or a girl and you'll immediately go into the red zone. When you're in the red zone, there's these people who are basically cops. If they grab you, if you're at 2 or 1 bar, you can escape. But if you're red and get caught, then you can't escape. You just immediately get sent to the principal's office. So yeah, depending on your level of crime, you do get punished accordingly.
And don't you have to basically do like menial like labor after you get taken in, like mowing the lawn and stuff?
Yes, I believe mowing the lawn is the only one I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah,
because I usually don't get caught.
Yeah, neither do I.
Yeah.
I think the only time where I had trouble with that is when I would during the mission where you have to sneak into the girls' dormitory and
Oh yeah,
that's stealth, and I'm terrible at that. And I believe there's a later part where you're sneaking into like a mental institution, which is also stealth, and once again I fail miserably at that.
Yeah, when we get to those parts, I think I'll be comfortable enough in doing it. Because there are stealth sections in this game, but I wouldn't say they're as bad as some other games that try to force it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, I've beaten this game 3 or 4 fucking times. But that kid in the pink shirt, his name is Petey. He's basically... He's too wimpy for any of the other cliques, even the nurse. Even the nurse just look at him and go, no.
So he's actually his own clique.
He's not even his own clique, because there are kids in his school who also aren't in a clique, and he's not even in that clique.
So does he like try to fit in? He just doesn't really have a group?
Pretty much. Yeah, he basically becomes Jimmy's best friend, as you can see. Or as you can probably tell later on. Although that'll be hard to tell because I'm surprised Petey doesn't come out of this with mental scars.
So can you only save in your room, or is there other
There
spots
are
throughout the game?
there are other areas to save. And basically whenever you see this, you can save. There's also a save book near the principal's office. In the minimap, you can see stars. Those are your missions.
Oh yeah, that's right. And the classes are like bells, right?
Yeah.
Bells, yeah.
But we don't have to worry about classes right now because we're going through the tutorial mission, which, oh my god, did you just, like, sorry. I just love watching the AI in this game sometimes. If there's one way to really grip me into a game, or at least another way...
It's to make the world feel alive.
Yes.
This game makes
this game does I wouldn't say a perfect job at it, because there are times where it feels kind of... But, like, yeah, see, we just saw Algernon over there, and he's getting his ass put in a trash can over here. So, sometimes it feels like there's this warping effect, but... Other than that, yeah, you can see the bullies bullying people, and then you see the prefects punish them for the bullying. Hi, Algernon. Oh, you have an item I want... Oh, yeah, beam cola.
I like how that girl was just, like, sitting on the bench next to him and wasn't doing shit.